Sorry about that. Started a video and had to leave because I feel like somebody just threw a snowball at my house. Cool. Anywho, today we're going to be drawing, or this one we're going to be doing a structure for OCl2, and just like we've done before, we are going to identify the number of electrons. And so in this case, we have oxygen and we have chlorine. Oxygen appears one time, and oxygen has 6 valence electrons. Chlorine appears 2 times, has 7 valence electrons, which is 14 valence electrons. We add that up and we get 20 valence electrons. So nothing really tricky there. I'm going to take my oxygen and I'm going to place it in the middle, and I'm going to put chlorine on either side. And I'm going to bond them to each other with a single bond. So now at this point, I've used 2 4 electrons. So I have 16 electrons to place. So I'm going to start adding pairs: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And I'm going to go back and check. So both of the chlorines have 6 dots and 1 dash, so that's 8 electrons each. The oxygen has 2 dashes and 4 dots, so that's 8 electrons. So this structure is drawn with the best possible arrangement. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to identify whether or not we need to draw dipole arrows. So we're going to be looking at the relationship between chlorine and oxygen. So we have chlorine and oxygen, and if I go to my periodic table, I'm going to see that chlorine is 3.0, oxygen is 3.5. So that tells me that I'm going to take chlorine, which is 3.0, and oxygen, which is 3.5. I'm going to subtract them out and find out that the difference there is 0.5. So that makes it a polar compound. I'm going to go and draw my dipole arrow towards the more electronegative element. So in this case, it's going to go towards oxygen. So these will be going in towards oxygen. And we have to remember that the more electronegative gets the delta negative, and the less electronegative gets delta positive. So the ends here are going to be delta positive, and the oxygen is going to be delta negative. To name this one, we're going to start with the element first, which is oxygen. Oops. And we are going to see that chlorine there's 2 chlorines, so there it's going to get a prefix of di, and it's going to get the root word chloro. And then we are going to change it to IDE, oxygen dichloride. So that's the solution for the third problem on the extra practice worksheet. Hopefully that helped if you had any questions.